3, start.
Hello, Mr. Gizmo. This is me, John Smith, and I'm here just to report on our plan for eChatter and how to get it back on track. So first off, let me just describe some of the problems that we're going to be facing. One, we've lost a few key people, and that's a bit of an issue, but we're gonna get through that. Two, the project schedule isn't quite where it should be, but we're working on getting something together right now and trying to establish how to get it back on track. Resources are not in order, just like the schedule. That we're going to get that back on track, and we're unfortunately also facing an issue of low morale. And I do have some ideas, as well as my project management team, on what we want to do to get that to boost that morale. Organizational practices are a bit below standard, so we're going to get those back up. We're going to get some values instilled. We're going to have a project charter. Next thing, risk of losing revenue and market share. So we hope by implementing whatever plans and solutions for this project, once they're implemented and get everything back up and running and back on track, we're gonna mitigate any loss of revenue and hopefully actually not lose anything and actually grab the market share we want to grab. So this is a stepwise process. So this is a roadmap. First, we're going to assess the landscape of the project. We're going to meet with all the different groups, try to get one-on-one with the group leaders, team leaders, see figure out what was bugging them and what are they missing, what can we do to help them, and hopefully this is going to build a one-on-one relationship with everyone, so that they'll get to know us, we'll get to know them, and that'll improve efficiency and establish open communication, which is what we really want. What we really think is essential to our success of this project. We're going to also create a team charter, as I mentioned before, with what our goals, what our objectives, clear up any ambiguous and vague, statements from prior, and actually just start anew, and also reestablish the project schedule. So we know probably the last schedule, the one before developed by the previous manager, is probably out the window. So we're gonna look at that, see what we can salvage from that, and then also put in realistic goals and realistic deadlines. And we have a few solutions in mind, just things we're carrying over from the Smart Pen project. And we hope to take those lessons learned from the Smart Pen project, implement them here in eChatter, but we also hope to incorporate ideas from the team already in. And we also want to find new ways to establish management tempo. So I'm going to pass this off to one of my project leads, Sarah Lee Johnson, and she'll go in depth with what our solutions are going to be.
Hello, Mr. Gizmos. So, as our manager told you, we are doing this in a stepwise process. Our very first step is assessment. So, the first time when we meet the team, we want to introduce ourselves, tell them what we are here for, what have you recruited us for, and how we can actually help them and work with them in the coming few weeks. The second thing we're going to do is, as you said, people are leaving the organization. So, ask them for a checklist of remaining people and their responsibilities and roles. Find out what more resources you need for the upcoming weeks. Find out the resources that are already available and what roles they are playing in the teams and what roles are actually empty and what needed to be filled. So what is a new talent that we need to recruit in the coming weeks. Also, the first thing that we need to concentrate on would be to ask employees what their problems are, why is there an organizational pit in between, and what help do they need from our side in the very beginning to bridge the gap. Our step 2 will be making connections with the team and the project leads. So we will explain them the current situation of what is the pattern of our work, how would we be working in the coming few weeks, and the thing that will help us do that will be an open communication between our management teams and also encouraging open communication between the employees themselves. Identify the motivators, as we discussed. There are different motivators which motivate different people. So we'll probably concentrate more on one-to-one communication with each of the individual employees and ask them what they need to work properly in their roles. Brainstorm with fellow teammates and tell them about the benefits of collaboration and teamwork and how trust plays into it and how we can help them be a better team. Finally, the team building will tell them how we're going to work with the same goal in mind, enhance commitment and accountability on each member's part. So with this, I'll turn to Mr. Brad Fox, who will explain the next steps. Thank you.
So hello, it's Quinton Morse. I'm going to talk about our new schedule. So since we have messed up we didn't meet the deadline in the last several months. So we plan to have a new schedule, have a new project plan to continue the project. So what we're going to do is to establish our goals and our deadlines for our following projects. And also, we are going to hire some new talents because we have lost some very good talents, our employees. So, and based on because we have some new hires, we can onboarding them to make them involved, welcome them to join our team and integrate them into our project team. So that's going to be our new schedule, and I'm going to pass this to our teammate, James Bond.
Hello, Mr. Gizmos. So our step 4 will be introducing the key leadership practices. So I know, as all of us know, there are lots of key important leadership practices, but one practice which we think is really important is reinforcing the company's core values. How we're going to achieve it? We will make sure that every decision that we take, it is in alignment with our core values. Every time we make a decision, we're going to ask whether it is in alignment with our core values or not. And whenever we get an answer no, we're going to move back and analyze what went wrong and how we can get all our decision in alignment with the core values. And another thing that we are trying to do, and we are very confident we will be able to achieve, is motivate our employees, motivate all the team members to give their best, to give their 100%. We will try to do some various activities out of the work life. We'll do some fun activities like movie nights or something like that to get that bond developed between the various team members. Another thing we're going to do is we'll work on the various intrinsic motivators. Like one of them is purpose. One of them is purpose, showing the employees the bigger picture and how their work is affecting the company, in terms of revenues, in terms of growth. Another thing is the sense of a choice. We'll give enough flexibility in the system so that the employees can have the freedom to choose their own projects that will help them in their motivation. Another, we will try to coach them as much as possible, and lastly, we will try to instill the I. We will try to instill the I instead of the attitude. So now I'm gonna pass on to Tim Cooks, who is gonna speak on the next steps.
1 minute.
Okay, you're up. You're up, Tim Cook.
Hello, Mr. Gizmos. It's important for us to best utilize the talent that we have on our teams. So we want to organize them into working groups that can be
40 seconds.
cohesive within and with other working groups. So that includes assigning roles and different size teams and different units throughout our project. And then also, we want to maintain the fun factor for the teams. This is within the work environment, including team lunches, parties, team games, and activities, and including awards and incentives to have friendly competition, and also outside the environment in a more social atmosphere. We want to make this a fun environment for
thanks a lot, Tim. You did a great job. Brilliant, brilliant, guys.